Yeah, Joe sent me the controller, and I was going to show it tonight on TechTime, but I think he glued it together. I took all the screws out, and I can't get this fucking thing open. What the?
Oh, hey, welcome to the Plumes of Hazard.
Oh, look.
I'm Fubaka.
Understudy 77.
The Yanksville Vapor.
And that was Mass Blast, having a bit of a temper tantrum.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what the fuck happened with him, but I got some new juice. I got some new juice in my life. This is the waffle from Epicus Nebula. Got it from work, but anyway, this juice is really good. It's like banana waffles and syrup and caramel and all that fun stuff. I got another flavor called creme de la crepe, which is chocolate strawberry crepe. Very pretentious sounding juice, I know, but it's fucking delicious. There's a third flavor this guy makes. It's called the General. It's a custard vape. Everybody seems to be on the General's dick. I don't seem to like it that much, but nonetheless, I'd say you should try all of them. You can get it from Good Guy Vapes online, Henley, the shop I work at as well, but I think you can get a slightly better price from Good Guy. So, yeah, it's a solid vape. Before we move on, we have to check with the weather with Igor. So where's Igor at? Can we get Igor on screen? Igor, where are you at currently?
We're in Ukraine today. It's business trip, they say, but you know we here for visit. It's very cloudy in Ukraine, although not vape friendly here. Much love from the Eastern Bloc. Ma! Where my Poroshki go? Fucking, I don't even know what to do anymore. Vaping and Poroshki. That's all we fucking doing here. Anyways, back to you at El Studio. Wait, am I Mexican or Russian?
Thank you, Igor. That will be all. That.
Am I Mexican or Russian?
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh boy.
So I think before we go into a little bit more news, we should talk about the details for tonight's show. Give anybody who doesn't know a start, right? 2 contests tonight. Contest number 1, design all 4 of us in 8-bit. Do that, post it on Reddit, post it in chat, send us an email, theplumesofhazard@gmail.com. Whatever the fuck you want to do. Winner gets a custom Litt DNA30 controller with what you've designed painted on it by 8-bit Aesthetics.
Sweet.
Number 2, tell your friends. If we get 125 live viewers concurrently tonight, Joe's going to give away his DNA30 26650 color-changing 3D printed box. That's a fucking mouthful.
It is. I was going to say that's a lot of adjective, but it's a really cool mod.
It is.
Understudy is no stranger to mouthfuls.
No, not at all.
Deal with it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now we can go into the news.
All right. No, fuck the news. Deal with it.
That was even better than I thought it was going to be. At least there wasn't any sweet tea over there.
Yeah. One of my lenses fell out.
Oh, God. I'm going to pee. All right.
Hold it in. Deal with it.
I've got a hard time to speak here right now.
My pants are hard. Deal with it. The fucking lens had to fall out, didn't it?
Of course it did. It made it even better.
Deal with it.
I will continue to deal with it as I try to get out my stupid news thing. So my awesome friggin' DZ Plumes of Hazard edition has been great this last week. I have not put it down. I've been vaping on it primarily. I mean, all my other stuff has kind of taken a back seat just because I'm so enamored with it, and it feels great. It works really well. The only thing I was going to say is it's kind of funny, and something that Sean... There's a Raul.
Yep.
Welcome back, baby. Are you muted? You're talking.
I don't hear you.
Oh, now he went away. He really did break everything.
These some bitches broke.
Deal with it. So something that Understudy and Fubaga both are going to be better at this than I am, because Understudy is a big Hannah and DZ fan, and Fubaga's used a lot of the MVP historically. So I'm getting used to charging this and kind of working that charging cycle into my day-to-day routine. And but besides that, man, I mean, just I don't know about you, Sean, but I've been just loving this shit. It's awesome.
No, man, I agree. I still absolutely fucking adore that mod. It's comfortable. It works great. It lasts all day. It's customized.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
The only bad thing is I have a hard time showing this to people because I know how awesome it is, and I know what kind of a cool guy he is. The only problem is there's not more of them, right? I can't say, oh, just go hit up JCMS Vapes.
Hello.
Hey, man, welcome back.
It figures in Cinco de Mayo, my mayo no huerco.
Have you got a sombrero Google Glass up there now? It looks like.
And the string.
Double Google Glass. What up, y'all? I am Last Blast 09, celebration of my heritage today, aka white people.
Hashtag white people. The other thing I was going to update us on is the BioWick that I got in last week. I just got it in on Monday last week, or the weekend before that. My first build with it really I was a little surprised. It actually lasted longer than Cotton Balls, which is kind of cool. It lasted from Saturday to Thursday, and then when I redid my Thursday, it's still running today. So this has even lasted a little bit longer, and it's going strong, which I think is really cool. And this is the one that I run Raspberry out of, which is the one that I freaking just pump juice through this thing every day. I fill this at least once a day with Raspberry. So it's had a little bit of workout, and I've been relatively impressed with the BioWick. Now, that said, I know Sean got some too.
I did not have the same results as you.
Yeah.
I had it in.
I did not mute you.
No, it tells you who muted you.
I know. I was telling the
I
people.
always know to expect Fubaka.
Wait.
I was telling the people at home.
You never know when to expect.
It tells you.
Hashtag white people.
Is that an 8-bit penis was just typed in our IRC chat.
Hashtag white people.
So, BioWick, what do you think?
Sean's face. God damn it, he's fucking doing it already.
I threw it in one build. It lasted in there for about 15 minutes. It dry hit terribly. It didn't taste quite as good as cotton, so I pulled it out and moved on, and haven't went back to it yet.
You should go back and do it right this time.
I'll give it a shot.
You really should. I really enjoyed it so far. I think it's really cool. It is still, the drawbacks of that we mentioned before still applies. It is a little expensive. However, if it's lasting a little bit longer than cotton and it's, $10 for 10 feet, you use an inch and a half of it twice, by the way, since I pull out 5 threads to go through my little 2mm coils. Every other one, you can just use the leftover 5 thread with the next leftover 5 thread, pull it through doubled, and it's right there. So I've been pretty happy with it. Then my last thing I was going to mention, so Johns Hopkins, Raul sent out a link to, I guess they had like a sit-down symposium sort of thing with to talk about vaping and e-cigs, and I got to say, I was not pleased with what I watched. I put it up on another monitor while I was trying to work, and I kept getting distracted from work because these people were just spewing
being idiots,
ridiculousness. The thing that I took away from it is there were a couple people that were trying to stay, sort of, in the middle of the road and be reasonable about it. And then there's one of the ladies sitting up front that was real hard up on how proud she was about how this work that they've done, making sure that everybody follows their rules of how they think that people should smoke and should have to deal with their marketing and have to deal with whatever. The bottom line is that I've got parents. I don't need any more. Thanks. Shut the hell up. I freaking love them.
What's really funny, man, is you say Johns Hopkins, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit later, but I was just in Johns Hopkins delivering charity money to somebody, and all of us were rocking Maryland Vapors T-shirts and had our e-cigs in our pocket and all. We took Maryland Vapors T-shirts to the people we were delivering to for this charity.
Mm-hmm.
So we were just there. No, not a big deal. It must just be the bigwigs up there because none of the staff gave a shit.
No. Well, yeah, I would imagine a lot of the people on the ground, they know that while anybody reasonable that takes this thing as a hobby or even just as a stop or harm reduction thing for smoking, they realize that that's what it is, right? It's something that's really quite good for a cigarette smoker to stop smoking cigarettes and do this instead, even if that's all that they do. Even if they stay at the same nic level, you're not pulling in all that tar, you're not pulling in all that crap that you're doing, when you're smoking cigs. So I would imagine the people on the ground really recognize that. I would hope so anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Do you have anything else out of that Johns Hopkins thing, Nasty?
No, I watched some of it, and then some, hippie lady got up there and she was saying how, they were going to get everybody to stop smoking and vaping everything soon. Really? No.
Mm-hmm.
Sean couldn't find parking for his horse.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I had to keep it at home. That happens on occasion.
I had to drive a car, man.
Exactly. I miss my old car.
Oh, and the SX350 went up to 35 watts, so that was cool. And the another bit of news from that is apparently enough people have been bitching about buttons, so they have a update coming that will allow you to use buttons, so you don't have to use the accelerometer.
Nice.
How cool is that? So, yeah, so you'll be able to solder it right onto the board and use buttons if you wanted to. So, pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
But,
So back to that charity piece for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
We raised probably $1,200 in 2 days for this 18-month-old girl with brain cancer, and we delivered probably a little more than half of that to the hospital when we met the girl on Saturday. We still have some of it that we're going to deliver this week. And then, we've had such great support, like the Maryland Vapor community and stuff, man. And Vapors Knoll got together and did a community flavor. So all proceeds from this flavor go to her and her family, which is really cool. And I'm going to share the link for that because it's actually a pretty good flavor. So that's in chat if anybody wants to try it.
Because that's her favorite flavor, right? That's
Yeah.
what Rich did.
Yep. The mom suggested her favorite cereal, so that's what they made, and it's not bad. I bought 2 bottles. It's pretty good. So the heating e-liquid into formaldehyde thing.
Mm-hmm. Did you see that? You see Lala Waffles' reply on that one?
no, what did he say?
So the short of it was that he questions their approach. He said, "I'm pretty sure that he could take a top coil and just dry burn the shit out of it, and way worse than anybody would actually ever vape because it would taste terrible and get similar results. But even so, the stuff that he said that he saw was still like a fraction. I think the numbers were like between 11% and something of what a cigarette would give off anyway. And you wouldn't be doing that anyway because it would taste like garbage. So
Well, let's take a look at the study for a second, right? I mean, come on. If you use tank systems or things that Big Tobacco doesn't sell, it's as bad as a cigarette. The only thing that's safe is Cigalikes.
Dude, but if you read that, I mean, like when I was reading it, all I could think of was it sounded to me like this.
No.
I mean, really, I was just like, what is this garbage? Who wrote this?
Oh, I agree completely.
It wasn't me.
No, I know. I know.
Not me. I didn't do it.
I
But-
didn't do it.
I don't know that there's a lot more to say on that. I mean, wait for more information, see what happens. But for the most part, right now, I'm going to call bullshit.
Yeah.
Wasn't me.
New toy. The Typhoon GT. Got it in today.
The gigantic Typhoon.
Yeah, this thing is fucking huge.
They don't make a nano kit for it, Sean, by the way.
They do actually. They do make a nano kit for it.
Wow.
Hey, Project 25 was saying about that study that it hasn't actually been released, right? It's just unpublished.
As
Yes.
far as I know, yeah, it's still
Okay.
unpublished.
Yeah.
The thing works pretty good. I mean, I haven't had any wicking issues. I'm running Nanner at 21 watts, which is higher than I can usually run Nanner on a K-Fun. The airflow sucks a little bit. It's a little on the tight side, and they don't give you the spare parts kit to adjust.
Boo.
I should be getting one of those to test and see how that works.
With the price they're charging, they should probably do that.
What's that?
Yeah.
With the price that they charge, they should probably do that.
Oh, I agree, because, I mean, it's an expensive Addy, $175. To answer Dude Bro, I wear hats because I'm bald. He asked why I always wear hats.
I also wear hats because I bick my head.
Yep. Although my head's a little unbicked, but still.
You're the vape game Rob Reiner.
Last one. Caffeinated e-juice.
Dumb.
Horseshit.
Vapors today.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of the
Caffeinated
horseshit.
e-juice.
Let's outside of the horseshit though, man. That just I don't see that boding well, man. That's sticking 2 drugs in there. We got enough shit as it is with 1 drug.
Uh-huh.
I think Goss put it best when he said,
I'm gonna light a grenade and leave it in my hand. Hope nothing bad happens.
I mean, seriously, like, you got caffeinated juice, and now you're going to be Come on, man.
Here's the thing, though. How does caffeine absorb in the skin? Because you know how high of a concentration of caffeine you'd have to have in your juice to get a similar effect to drinking coffee?
That's the thing. We talked about that earlier, right?
So to quote Lawler Waffles again, if I recall what he said, the caffeine molecule is too big. It will not. It doesn't carry well in the vapor, as well as it. I think it burns or something at the temperatures that we're heating it up to. So it's basically a completely non-efficient way of delivering caffeine, and the concentrations that you have to get into it, you have to vape something like 10 mil to get like a half a cup of coffee or something ridiculous.
I could see a lot of people I know who drink like 4 or 5 cans of Red Bull a day doing this.
The problem is, man, is like,
you know who you are.
It's gonna take a lot of heat, man. Like, don't mix 2 drugs, man. That's just not gonna look good.
I just think it's just a marketing thing, right? Because I don't think it actually delivers anything out there.
I agree entirely. It's a marketing thing that's gonna.
Nicking yourself out isn't bad enough.
Right. Dude, I'm telling you, the FDA is probably sitting there like, oh, caffeinated e-juice, perfect, just what we want.
Right.
Stop being fucking stupid with your juice.
No titanium dioxide.
Mm-hmm.
No fucking caffeine.
No crucifixions.
No crucifixions.
The 3 simple rules of fucking vaping.
Everybody's just gonna be like,
Not me. I didn't do it.
We didn't put that stuff in there. You're the one adding that stuff.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if pretty soon we'll start seeing a little baggie or a little packet that comes with your e-juice. Oh, you want to add some taurine? You want to add some, vitamin B and all this shit to it?
It's a fucking protein.
They're gonna hit that market eventually. I guarantee.
Some protein. Oh man.
Protein powder in your fucking e-juice.
I'm sure that's not gonna gunk at coils or anything either. Is
It's
it?
gonna be gnarly.
Oh dear.
Mast, you got anything else other than the chip?
Nope. Well, we're gonna be doing the. I'm still trying to get my hands on one of the some of the wraps for the batteries. So hopefully by next Tech Time or the one after, we'll be doing a rewrap of your batteries. Actually, and it's I think good timing because I saw a couple people post on Reddit about hey, why is my battery doing this, or what I've noticed is a lot of people apparently, take their, here's a 120 Karmic Vapor, take the top off their juice, and that's how they pour it in to their atomizer. So you end up with juice in your battery, and you start seeing it crawl up the inside, and we've talked about this before. You start seeing it either coming from the top or from the bottom, and after a while, that it's a liquid, and it can make contact, and it could possibly short out your battery. So doing the rewrap will fix that because you can clean your battery, and rewrap it and be like new. So
even if nothing else, corroding and getting oxidation and stuff on your contacts, and
Yep.
all that knacky crappy.
So then that makes it time to bring in that guy who glues all of his mods together.
Oh yeah.
What up, Josh?
Oh no, that's
Everybody
the other
welcome.
guy. I thought it was gonna be Josh.
Yo,
What do I know?
Lit. Who's muted?
And he's still muted.
yes, he is.
I tell you, that happens all the time, and it only it only happens when people like modders like him come on. Mainly
Hashtag white people.
But there you go.
What's up, guys?
Oh, there we go.
Hey, Joe.
How's it going, everybody?
So we usually start with your whole sales spiel. So go ahead. Tell people what you do.
Hold on, we need to have you show up what you're representing over there.
Who? Me?
Sean's representing.
Yeah, I've got an Adventure Time painted Nintendo controller.
That's pretty sweet.
That is awesome.
Cheers! Cheers! Cheers!
Oh yeah, wait. Let me pull mine out right here. There you go.
Wait. Let me see your
That's
voltage.
the new model.
Let me see your voltage. Oh.
What ends the 510 connector go in?
Bitch. That was straight up. Shots fired.
Just so people know, we may or may not have had Mass Blast set up a soundboard, so now they can play silly things in the background sometimes.
Yeah, the dings were getting kind of old, so it's something new.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, speaking of Cheers, Mass Blast, I just traded my Silver Hannah for a billet box.
All right. So in other words, you're telling the bastard that bought it online, he just got screwed, right?
If he watches the show.
That's straight up. I mean, seriously, that is Sean.
I'm down with that. I know the guy, so it's cool.
No, that's good. That's good. That's been that is reducing, reusing, and recycling right there, my friend.
There you go.
Like an old piece of shit DNA20 made it into DNA30.
Trade it for a
billet box that maybe the fiance will really fucking like.
And if she doesn't, hi.
Throw it in the trash.
Right in the trash.
You and me, Fubaka, will be the lone billet box standouts.
So
Hey,
Jim, tell us a little bit about what you do now that everybody's seen.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, show this mod, because we're at 65 people right now, meaning we're way short of 125 that we need. So show people what they win if we get 125.
Well, we've got a DNA30 box mod. It's actually printed with color-changing plastic. You can see where I've been holding it. It changes to yellow colored. And it has a 26650 inside of it.
Ooh, that's the big boy.
So
I love it. I think it's I don't know how old Joe is, but I'm old enough to remember the Hypercolor, and that's what makes me think the Hypercolor T-shirts.
Yeah, I had a few of them.
So in all seriousness, everybody.
The button also lights up too.
And you just made that happen today, right?
Yeah. When I was walking around at Vape Bash, I didn't have this is actually what I was carrying at Vape Bash, but I didn't have any resistors, and I finished wiring it up in the hotel room the night before.
So you just fixed this button.
Yep, brand new button.
Put this thing away. So we need more people in here.
Indeed.
Tell all your friends.
Speaking of Vape Bash, what this dude that we know sort of peripherally and Mass knows a little bit better was walking around Vape Bash with our damn T-shirt on the whole time, which is badass.
Thank you. Yeah. I get a text message and, hey, where'd you buy that shirt at? I'm like, I don't know. I haven't even bought one yet. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. So I'm like, Google Glass, ¿dónde está el shirt? And so I got him the address and, where to get it. And, we were bouncing back and forth between two different, I think it was Cafe Press, which was the first one. Still fixing the logo and all that other stuff. And, that's all I hear. And then I start hearing people saying, dude, there was a guy was one of your guys at Vape Bash? I'm like, no, and then I hear from one of our friends, Joe Litt was wearing one of your shirts. I'm like, that bastard. And sure enough, he was. And I don't think he washed it because he wore it like all 3 days he was there from what I hear.
No, come on now. Just Friday.
Oh, you just bought 3 of them. Gotcha.
2. I bought 2.
So yeah, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it was really cool. A lot of people were yelling at me, saying something about the shirt. Met the guys at the Vapors Knoll because of it. Nice. That was cool. Hung out with somebody named Eric.
Hopefully they weren't throwing stuff at you.
Well, dude, he was telling me about the Vapors Knoll guys because somebody yelled at him about his shirt, and he comes over, and the dude had no idea who he was.
Yeah, they're sitting there going, "Boo this man!"
Ooh, this man.
Yeah, it was Vape Bash was a trip. It was a lot of fun. Met some really cool people. It was really cool seeing the Nintendo controllers walking around Vape Bash. Getting to meet people that I'd only dealt with online and never physically spoken to, had no idea who I was. I'm just some dude walking up to them asking them about their Nintendo mod. And it was kind of wild. It was kind of crazy.
Well, now
Do you have a little like Joe Litt badge that you pull out and show? Who are you?
I have my business card.
True. Yeah, that is a pretty cool business card. If you've bought a controller, you've seen it. Pretty neat.
Oh, I think I've got one right here.
So I did derail you a little bit, understudy, because I love that card.
That is cool.
You were starting the normal sort of thing to let Joe talk about his business, and I distracted him. Sorry.
That's a bad bitch, right?
It's a bad bitch.
Josh Wilson.
So Joe, how'd you get started modding, dude?
Really just being a broke ass, really. Couldn't afford to buy any fancy mods, and I've always been somebody that kind of tinkered around and raced radio-controlled cars with my dad when I was a kid. Work on motorcycles and things like that. So it's kind of in my nature to build my own stuff. And you get more pleasure out of building your own mod and using it. It's just fun. So, but no, the Nintendo mod hit a little over a year ago now. I was actually considering last summer starting a motorcycle repair shop in my garage. And then March came along and the Nintendo mod took off, and here we are.
Now,
Did that initially start out as an experiment, or
Do what?
did like modding the NES controller, did that start out as an experiment? I mean, did you initially put a DNA chip in there, or was...
No, I had a friend actually ask me to make a Nintendo controller into an electronic cigarette, and it's before I had even ever had a DNA board. And I kind of thought it was a silly idea, and who wants to walk around with that in their pocket? And I kind of blew it off a little bit, but then once I actually got a DNA board and made my first one, saw the screen would fit perfectly in that little start select area, and just couldn't pass it up. It just worked out too well. I had a buddy posted it on Reddit for me because he thought it was really cool, and it just took off from there. Never thought that we would have made so many of them so far, but it is what it is.
So what are you up to now?
I think we just finished number 1100.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
we
you know,
still have
it's funny that you talk about the pocketability of it too, because that's something people would think, you know, this thing is gigantic, but it's really not.
It's
you
very
know, I
thin.
mean, it is. It's very thin, and it you know, it goes
Correct.
right in your pocket, and you just got to be careful with, you know, your 510 and what you have on it. But man, you know, you could take your atomizer off or whatever if you're carrying on. You know, I have a Cardo tank on there now, but this thing, you know, these things have lasted over 30 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I was gonna say.
Because
The last
Joe,
NES controller.
you know, and this is something that I wanted to touch on. You know, I've heard so much shit about people saying, why is he taking, you know, controllers and, you know, destroying them to make them into e-cigarettes and all this other crap. You know, I made my own version of Joe's controller, and you guys have seen it. It's got a volt reader on the bottom and all this other stuff, and it uses the other button. And I went on Craigslist and found 4 or 5 of them, you know, for like $10. They're all over the place. You know, I know Joe uses a lot of them that are you know, broken and damaged and all that. And why not take something that somebody was just going to throw away? I mean, the ones that I bought were, one of them worked, all the other ones looked like a dog had chewed on them and all this other crap. But the controller itself was still viable. The buttons and everything worked. You know, the shell was in great shape. There's not many things you could say, oh, look, 30 years later for a toy, okay, for a gaming console, that is, I mean, this part doesn't just sit on the shelf. You know, this is you know, what you're playing with and you get mad, you throw it across the room or at your brother like I used to, or unplug it and swing it around and mash all kinds of shit, and it's stood the stand of time, and what better shell to put it in, so I think that was a great idea.
We were talking to Joe about this before. Since he started doing this, you said the price has gone up on controllers.
Correct. Yeah, we have, I think, single-handedly influenced the selling price or average selling price on eBay of genuine Nintendo controllers. When we all started off, it was probably, I think it was just under $7 a controller was the average. Now we're well into $9.50. They're trending that way, anyways.
So you're not killing the market; you're reinvigorating it.
Well, that's one way to look at it, I guess. The way I look at it is my 1,000 that I've modded so far doesn't even equal what's in this city. I mean, that doesn't even equal what was in my city, and I live in a fairly small town. I mean, there was millions of Nintendos sold just in the first couple of years it was out. Yeah. I think I saw 142 million NES consoles were sold. Come on,
so
we're not hurting anything.
So you kind of brought another cool toy with you today for Mast.
Yes, yes, I did.
Share that.
Wait, I'm looking at the screen.
You better look at the screen, buddy.
I'm looking.
Yeah.
I'm looking.
What is that?
What?
There's your Zorro.
Holy shit! Look at that. Wow. Is that 3D printed?
Yes, sir.
Dude, that is awesome. So you gave a battery box. Dude, that is badass.
Yo, unplug. Comes right out. Got your little Zorro.
Awesome.
This will be in the mail coming to you tomorrow, Raul.
That's awesome. That is great. That is great.
Well, and we found out there was extra room underneath the batteries. So there's a little battery compartment here. You can pop this out. Has your polarity, and you can probably stuff some wick and wire under it too.
Nice. So in other words, you're just giving yourself more work because there's going to be like 50 million people going, "Hey, we want one of those."
We're going to have to talk about that because I think that I can definitely print a whole bunch of them and send them to you.
Well, you don't have to send them to me. You can sell them, bro.
Yeah, I think you got 3 requests already right in here last night.
Yeah. All right. We'll talk about it for sure.
You got everybody going, Jesus fuck, that's amazing. How much?
We'll have to figure that out. There's actually quite a bit of time in that box too. It takes 7.5 hours to print. And then I think I spent about another hour and a half, 2 hours just in sanding it and cleaning it up before I even added any wire or anything. And the wiring is actually really simple. So.
Yeah. That is great. I knew you were up to something, but I never thought anything like that. That's pretty cool.
So I just had to do it for you. I really like that little Zorro. That's really a fun mod.
I feel bad about mashing your controller earlier. Shit. I'm sorry.
I wish you would have done a little better job there. Put some dynamite in it or something. Blow that thing sky high.
Freaking Sean's like, oh yeah, we'll go live in a few minutes. I'm sitting there like, this bastard sent me this controller glued together. I can't take this apart. So I just let the margaritas get to me, and I went and swung the hammer and then hit it twice, and it popped open and it grabbed the webcam and then ripped the webcam. Oh man, what a mess. So, but
I told you we were getting ready to go live, man.
Yeah, right.
But no, to touch a little bit on like what Max was saying, surprisingly, the Nintendo controller is actually really comfortable to use. It fits in your hand really well, and it was really surprising to me how nice it did work out.
Well, it depends on how you hold it too, because like this, your thumb falls right on the button.
Yep. And if you want to show it off, you just hold it this way.
Is there a master on-off on DNA devices, or you can put one in, or
there's a lock?
You can lock it and lock the wattage now too on them.
That's pretty dope.
So I just looked up.
On yours? Because you can't hit both buttons at the same time, the up and down?
I don't know about your controller. We've since changed some things we do with that. We drilled a hole behind the little pivot point of the D-pad, and you can actually now hit both buttons at the same time. So if yours doesn't do that, let me know and we'll figure something out.
It doesn't, but I'm not that worried about it.
Okay.
Do you really need to lock your wattage that badly?
Not really, no.
If you do, lock the fire button. You're good.
The DNA that I had, the Joe Litt that I had last summer was the up and down toggle for the wattage adjustment was real clicky. That's not going to be hitting your pocket.
So there's a possible, if each console came with 2 controllers, we're talking about 250 million controllers.
Correct. Now, if 1% of those survived, let's just think 1% of them survived. What's that give you? I mean,
a lot.
Just an absurd amount of controllers out there.
You said how many of them do you not get to use that you order?
Probably almost half now, maybe even a little more. We went through one batch we ordered. We got 200 of them from one guy, and they were pretty rough. But in that one time we sat down.
200.
Well, I'd like to find more people with 200 of them. And get them for less per controller then.
He's sitting there in his pool swimming with all the controllers around him.
Is your list officially closed now? I saw that notification.
Midnight tonight, we're stopping the wait list.
Anybody in chat who wants one, go get on the wait list now.
Yeah, just send us an email. You can find it's litupcustomesigs@gmail.com. Unfortunately, we're just running a business here, and there's certain things that we always tried to do from the start. We want to try to provide a reasonable priced, high quality mod that's available to everybody. One of the things that upset me the most when I got into vaping was I had this great idea of getting one of the limited edition iHybrids, and I must have tried 3 or 4 different times to get one. And within the 2 seconds that they go live, they're sold out. And that always frustrated me. So I wanted to do a wait list to try to spread it out to as many people that wanted one as possible. Currently, our wait list is into October, I believe, maybe even November by now. And that's just, to us, that's just too long of a wait to tell somebody, yeah, you can have one, it's going to be 6 months.
Right.
Now, we don't collect any money.
Until it's done.
Correct. We don't collect a single dollar until it's done. But part of the problem we've been running into is the longer and longer the wait time, the higher percentage of people that drop out, that don't buy, can't buy, don't ever respond to us. All that does is create more work and more delay for us selling it. We have to sell them so that we can order more parts to build more. So it may sound silly and may sound like, well, it's just a week, but, well, just that week is a big deal.
So any idea how you're going to sell going forward?
We're really not quite sure. At the moment, we're talking about posting them all up just ourselves. It'll be a weekly batch, so it may be the F5 refresh war, at least at first, but we're going to put up a batch. We do it right now. We're doing 50 of them a week. So, I mean, we're trying to put as many out there as we can, and I'm sure that we hit delays, and I mean, it's like any other business. But
one of those big ones, man, and I'm going to put you on the spot here, because this is something that I keep hearing from all the modders. Let's talk about the chip shortage a little bit.
Yeah, the DNAs are quite high in demand, so everybody wants one, and they can't keep up with production. I know when I was at Vape Bash, I had a little conversation with Brandon. I didn't get to talk to him near enough. I really wanted to pick his brain more, but he was in the middle of heading out to go to dinner. So, but he had said that he was having a shortage of screens. So the little OLED screen, he couldn't keep enough of them, and his supplier wasn't keeping up with him. So it's kind of this trickle down business issues. We're waiting on DNAs because Brandon and Evolve is waiting on screens. So, I mean, it affects everybody. Mm-hmm. But no, we did run into a bad speed bump in February with batteries. We had a battery shortage, and we're out of batteries for about 8 weeks. So that definitely, yeah, 8 weeks. We put in several quotes to get custom-made batteries, but the only couple that came back were over $40 a piece, and they needed a minimum order quantity of 1,000. That's just ridiculous. We don't have $40,000 to shell out just on batteries.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're doing the best we can, and even then, they came back with a smaller capacity battery than what we're currently using. So,
one of the guys in the IRC, Joe, just mentioned something that's kind of an interesting idea, is if you can set up some sort of automated system to email out to your wait list every week or month, just to make sure they're still there and still interested and haven't closed their email address and whatever. But that, that's software that I don't know that you have, but
that's money and time and somebody you got to pay to do that.
Dude, I still say bounce group to group, man.
Well, the guy who's
local group to local group, Mod Envy shows, whatever, just bounce group to group.
Yeah.
yeah.
The dude who suggested that underscore, he actually does Java work, so you could probably work around for that.
Yeah, shoot me an email. Let me know what you do. We'll work something out.
Do it up underscore.
We're at 71. We're a little shy on this box still.
Yeah, we need to get some more people in here.
All right,
Tell all the friends.
Those 54 people can go fuck themselves. I know Joe's sending it my way, so.
Yeah, you don't have a DNA device, do you?
Hashtag white people.
You and I we'll have shared custody since we don't have a NES controller.
Whoa.
Somebody has one.
Let's explain exactly what happened.
Yeah, I'm a hermit crab.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and tell them exactly what happened, Angsty? You had a controller.
That's true. I did have one. So when I first started vaping, and this is something I was going to ask you anyway, Joe. So when I first started vaping, that was like the week that Grim Green posted his thing from the last Vape Bash. And I happened to see that you had just this dude walked up to him and just handed him this controller. And he was like, holy shit, I gotta have one, or whatever. And he goes back and he video blogs it about it. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, this was me with my brand new Vamo trying to quit smoking and whatever. I'm like, dude, I gotta have one of those. So so yours was like the first good shit that I've sent out. So I sent out, got in the list. And when I got it later on, I was still working on keeping a good tight budget. To try to stay with smoking and vaping. I was just trying to make sure I was straight with that. So I got it and turned around and sold it like a day later just to try to make my wife happy and keep all cool. So that was a mistake. It was a mistake on my part trying to keep domestic bliss going on. But I did think it was awesome. That's for damn sure. I showed it off for a little bit, took some pictures.
You didn't sell it on eBay for $400 like the guys are trying to now, did you?
I sold it for exactly what I paid for it on the classified.
Right on. Yeah, somebody had posted in chat that why don't we just collect a deposit?
Yeah.
Because that's just that much more work we have to do. As it is, we're spending between two of us about 65 to 70 hours a week just in emails and communications.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that time we could be better spent building mods. Not to mention, I don't ever want to owe anybody money. That's one of the biggest things with all this regulation, talk of regulation, with supply shortages. I don't ever want to have anybody's money. And for me to have somebody's money, even a small amount of money, for 6 months is just, it's not something I want to do.
No.
It's just...
So I want to, as you talk about that, I want to throw out that, we're coming into the final minutes to throw in your 8-bit Plumes of Hazard hosts set. So get those in soon because we're going to be going through those shortly. And you said something that's kind of big there. We're talking about FDA, and you employ people.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I have one person that works with me full time, and that's all he and I do. This is our business. This is what we're doing for our living. And then I have several other people that work part time with me, 15, 20 hours a week. So I mean, that's one of the coolest things about this is being able to pay people, friends, relatives, things like that. It's just it's crazy. It's kind of surreal to me that I'm able to do something like that.
And yet, with the government coming down and trying to crack down on this shit, even the hardware vendors like you guys are going to be, forced underground or, more likely, shut down. Costing
Well, we'll find a way.
Mm.
Canada's not that far away.
5 flashlight heads.
But that just sucks. I mean, the people that we've gotten to meet through the show and through the hangout and stuff, those are the kind of people that I love and small business thing in America. I mean, just the American dream thing, right? Is going out and building, figuring out something that you love to do and you want to do to help people, and doing it and making a living doing it and employing other people, making jobs. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, and I freaking hate the fact that it's even threatened, much less maybe.
It's some. I think I mentioned this last week. It's some straight American dream shit we've got going on here, and that people who, were kind of in limbo in terms of employment or in terms of what business they were in, and they came upon this and they worked up to something incredibly profitable, at least something they can sustain themselves on, and everybody might get fucked, and it's really sad.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Not to be too much of a downer, but it is a bit of a reality check. I think that people, I don't think enough people are really taking this whole thing seriously enough, because it really is threatened, significantly threatened.
Yeah, and you're talking about threatening, people who are employed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people who employ other people. And
I'd be out of a job too. Shit.
Yeah.
Yep. True. True.
There's a straight up ban liquid in New York.
Okay. So I've got, let's see, I pasted your Facebook link. I'm going to do that again just to make sure people found it.
Yeah, you can send us a message on Facebook. There's also a phone number on the Facebook page. It's a Google Voice number, and it does ring directly to my cell phone. I try to answer it as much as I can, but there's just times that I can't. And the email address is on there as well. I have till midnight tonight, so another 2.5 hours to get your name on the wait list. We're not going to respond to you for probably a couple of days because of the email traffic, but we will respond to you.
Word.
I'm going through contest entries right now. So
yeah, that's fine. And so back to something I mentioned a minute ago, and then I didn't get to ask specifically. So when you did find Grim and handed him that NES controller, and I know I signed up really soon afterwards. I got level 369 or something like that. So, but that was months later, right? Even back then, you had a bit of a backlog. So, was that one of the earlier ones you had to hand out?
Yeah, that was actually probably, I think, in the first 20 of them that I made. I took several of them with me to Vape Bash because I had people that were supposed to meet me there, and somebody didn't get to make it there. So while I was there, I walked over and just started BSing with Grim and talking to him and kind of thanked him for what he does for the community. And I mean, through his videos, I know it saved me hundreds of dollars in crap because let's just face it, local shops, well, and where I live too, there really isn't a local shop. And I hadn't even heard about the one that's really close to me. They're great people over there too. That was a plug, wasn't it? My bad.
No, you just froze a little bit.
But, so I just walked up to him and started talking to him.
Whoa. That's all we heard for like 3 minutes because your internet took a shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
So I do want to take a second and plug 8-bit aesthetics, man, because we had this idea to do this contest in 8-bit, and then we had this idea to have it painted, right? And I know all of us hosts were going to chip in and pay for it, and then when you hit up 8-bit about it, they're like, nope, we'll take care of it, don't worry about it. So I want to give them a bit of a plug because some of the stuff that they've painted on your controllers and just some of the stuff that they've done in general are freaking phenomenal.
Yeah, Chris is a really good guy.
In chat?
Yeah, I'll paste the link right now.
Yeah, Chris is a really cool guy, and he's willing to work with you, and he'll help you as much as he can with coming up with a design. I know he's helped me out quite a bit. Just spur of the moment screw-ups, and before we started cutting the controllers before we send them to him, we made quite a few mistakes. A slip of a drill bit here or there, and his paint job just got screwed up. So he's been really great with us. So definitely a good dude.
Yeah, okay. So there's a link out from. I think that's the right one, Joe. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
That's the right one.
Yeah, I believe that's right.
Oh, it is 8bitaesthetics.com too, but it probably forwards over to Big Cartel, huh?
I believe so.
Cool.
He's on Facebook as well.
All right, it looks like entries are in, so let's start going over these.
I think we definitely should do that. You gonna handle that this time?
Yeah, I'll screen share it.
Cool.
All right, so click on me here. So, Plumes Mega Man Edition.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go through exactly who did these yet, just because I upsized all the links. So we got this one here. Can you see that, Joe?
That's pretty cool.
This one here.
Okay.
Okay.
This guy right here.
Yep. I can't see that now.
Oh, there. Can you see that one now? How's that?
Yep.
Yeah, you got to give it a minute for it to catch up.
Well, I hope you know I'm not picking this.
You're helping, goddammit.
This is your guys' ugly mugs on here, not mine.
This one right here.
I wonder who made
What the hell? I'm a little pig.
Yeah.
Much losing to sheeps.
I do see you've got a wrench, so you're a fixer maybe, but you also look like you're half naked.
Yeah.
I look like a goddamn monkey.
Look at that nose. I didn't know you were Jewish.
Nose. Very bulbous.
This one here. This one's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It's 32-bit, not 8-bit or 16-bit, but
At least
it's
16-bit, yeah.
not bad. You have a lovely ponytail, Angsty.
I have a ponytail?
Yeah, take a look at it. You have a lovely ponytail.
Oh yeah, I got a ponytail. I also got the biggest cloud.
You do. It's a ponytail. So, I love this one.
I love this one.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
That is great.
Mass Blast a monkey, chucking lawnmowers.
Chucking lawnmowers.
So you soundboarded? That's racist.
Got stacks, man. He got stacks.
I'm like
awesome.
Ahmed.
You didn't soundboard Gosser.
It might be Ahmed the mage or whatever you're doing up there. I think it's awesome.
Then we have this one, which I give no credence to whatsoever, since he basically stole the images that I stole for our promo.
I stole first. He stole what I
Shots
stole.
fired. No Scots fired, Bass. Go.
Yikes.
No, I stole what he stole first, so he's in the wrong.
Seriously.
Shit just got real.
Shit just got rail.
That one's
I haven't
not
seen
bad.
that one.
I can get down. That one's a new one.
Mm-hmm.
I can get down with that one.
Me and Master are essentially the same.
You're pretty close.
One of you's got bigger hair.
Yeah.
Well, dude, Mass hair's pretty big too.
That one right there.
Holy shit, look at that.
Oh, look, we've all got penises.
What?
Yes, we do.
Is mine bleeding or something? What the shit?
I got gangrene on mine, I think.
My shit's dragging on the ground. What is that?
That
Oh, look at that. That's
one's not
cool.
bad.
That's fun.
And then Womp right here.
My favorite part of this one is the typo. Great playing tips.
Fucking Canadians.
He accidentally a letter.
I don't know, man. I am for this one. I really am.
That is pretty cool.
Donkey Kong.
I do like that one.
Yeah, I think that's got to be.
bitch right here.
Let's see if we have any last minutes, real quick here. Something? No, I didn't miss anything. So, so what do you guys think?
Wait,
This
did you
one?
get? Did we see the one from the top one?
Which top one?
I think it was the top voted one in there, or the top one at the top of the thread.
Let's take a look.
No, not that one. Keep scrolling. It was the one that we talked about earlier today. I want to give him props to Boski, the one right down. Boss kill. Are you talking about that one?
Yeah. I thought I had, because he redid it with, this was his redone one.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure we got it, because I thought that was pretty decent, too.
That one was really good, too. But I still think it's pretty much, I don't know. If you guys are with it, it's hands down this one right here.
That's my vote, Joe. Do you have an opinion, sir?
I do really like that. That's pretty good.
Automatic.
Now, Automatic, we will have to work with you to make this scene fit on the controller properly. So be prepared for that. Because I would like to try to get the whole scene on there if possible.
But that said,
So are we saying he won?
I think so.
I think we need to play some sort of triumphant music. Yeah.
Winner!
Congratulations!
So you know what's really, really kind of fucking funny? This is the first show that I've ever scheduled for an hour and a half in the set, and we're going to be done in an hour.
Hashtag white people.
Hashtag. Well, our news segment went really quick. I don't think we've been done with that in 20 minutes ever.
Oh, that was the fastest news segment we've ever done.
Because Sean didn't buy another DNA device or K-Farm or anything.
It just got real.
Although, I got to say, man, Mash was on par, man. No, the oohs and ahs were to a very minimum, man. He was authoritative.
Not me. I didn't do it. Wasn't me.
Nope. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, I need to say something real quick. I've got a buddy of mine that it's his birthday today, so happy birthday, Poe.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Ho. Do you want to sing him happy birthday on the air? We got a couple minutes.
No, I'm good.
Happy birthday! Come on.
No, I don't sing unless I'm drunk, and even then, that's not considered singing.
We'll start chugging.
Music for you too.
Oh, you know what?
Hey, let me just say something real quick, just so everybody listening. If we don't show up next Monday, it was my fucking fault because we got kicked off the air. Okay, so that was probably me.
It's like, oh, I already got one cease and desist. I'm invincible. Deal with it.
I'm just kidding.
Deal with it. One thing I did want to mention that we did not talk about yet is Joe's just another one of the examples of the several cool modders that we've known that have set their price at something that the market deems low. He's set his really quality device at a price point where it's accessible to other people. It's accessible to people. It's not $250, $300 plus bucks, and then yet people take them and turn around and flip the damn things for $200, $300, $400.
Correct.
And I personally want to give you props because that's freaking awesome, and I just props.
You know what? We're paying the bills. The bills are paid. We're putting a little money in the company's account off of each controller, trying to build up some sort of capital for R&D and more cool machines and tools and toys and things like that.
I don't care about the R in the end. I just want the D.
Turn down what?
So to that point, do you want to talk about the machines and stuff that you use and that you clearly are messing with a 3D printer? We didn't really talk about that.
Yeah, the 3D printer, it's a love-and-hate relationship we have. Some things work out really well, some do not.
Well, that whole 3D printer business is really all about. You have only one printer, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I mean that really is all about that.
Crackle factor.
You know, you got to make sure that head is nice and warm. So.
Well, and the other problem too is as far as things that are affordable for the home market, there's just not that much that's really high resolution, like the stuff you get from Shapeways. We're using extrusion-based printers, and its whole philosophy is squirt plastic out and let it go.
Yeah. Well, you know, I will say this though. I was kind of not disappointed, but I was expecting a little bit higher quality of stuff from Shapeways. I got some stuff, you know, those lids that we talked about printed, and you know, the print job was great, but it had a lot of trouble with the circles, with anything around, you know, and I know that on some of the boxes you had sent, you know, a while back, you know, the circle just has to get walled out a little bit, but I figured, man, you know, Shapeways has got to have these, you know, $1,000 printers.
Well, $100,000.
Yeah, 100,000. Yeah, and they still have issues with that stuff. So
yeah, that's frustrating from them too. And I've had some of their stuff. Did yours feel like it was cardboard too? It had that kind of cardboardy texture.
Yep.
Come on.
So Mass, speaking of cool toys, man, I don't think you talked about what you got set up yet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I don't have any. We'll show it live next week.
Do you want to tell people what it is?
Sure. Yeah. So the process that I have for creating the mass mod minis, what they're called now, is one of the steps is I send out my lid to get milled out at a local shop, and basically it's a substantial charge per lid to get these milled out, and I've always wanted to try and lower the time that I have parts out. So for example, I'll send these out and 20 or 30 of them go out, and really it'll be it could be 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks before I can actually get these to the next step, because something like this is not laser engraved yet. So we can get the engraving on it. So that's even more time, which kind of works out, but I'm still waiting on stuff, because during that time I'm doing the other part of the boxes, drilling the holes out and everything else. So I got to talking to DZ a couple of, I don't remember, it was probably a month or 2 months ago, when he was on the show, and he said, hey, I have a CNC machine that I use, and that's what I cut out, do all the cutouts on my lids and stuff like that. And I said, that's interesting, because I've looked, everywhere, and in the price range that I was looking at, you either got a all manual machine or you got a very cheap put together CNC machine. And so I started looking, and he gave me some information, and I ended up with a CNC machine kit, and was able to get that purchased. And I spent a lot of time researching it and looking into it and see how accurate it was. So now I'm a proud owner of a full CNC machine. So we'll be we'll take you out to the garage and show it in action next week, hopefully, milling out some lids.
So we're going to be trading some work back and forth, right?
Definitely. I'll put that thing to use.
I keep trying to get DZ to trade me my printer for his mill. He's not having anything for it.
He's engraved you that really sweet box.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that thing's awesome. His now he has that laser engraver. I'm just jealous of all his cool tools.
Yeah, man.
Do you have a box sitting with you to show everybody, since we're talking about it?
What, that logo he did?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that logo is awesome. So he's the viewers that this is a box that DZ sent to you for you to build, right?
Right. Well, he posted up that he had a few that were pre-cut, and I asked him to put his little logo on it, and he's like, sure. So then he got a hold of me a couple months later. He said his guy was moving and did a messed up job on that box. So he went ahead and asked me if I had a logo, and I said, how about that? And that's awesome. It's impressive.
Goes back to episode 3. We talked a lot about this when we had Goss and Josh on, man.
Yeah.
It really comes into, and these two talking about sending stuff back and forth, Mass and Josh talking about mills. Like there's a huge community between the modders, and that's another really cool aspect of it.
Goss and Josh.
He literally basically took out time. I mean, I'm not kidding. I was up till 2, 3 in the morning talking to him on how to set. More than once. I mean, these guys were like, "Oh shit, Master's in here." He's just gonna talk CNC shit to Josh the whole time. Yep. So, but he took plenty of time and helped me and walked me through. And I'll say the same thing about Joe. I mean, Joe at the time when I met him, at least over the phone. And over email, I sent him a message and I said, "Hey, I saw your controller on Reddit, and I want to make a better one." I want to make a better one. No, I want to make. Actually, I wanted to do a full on write up on it, you know, with pictures and parts and descriptions and everything, because there were some out there, but they weren't really a full-blown, you know, this is how you do it post. And within, I'd say 2 days, 3 days, he responded and said, yeah, man, you know, and from there on, it was, you know, great friendship. I mean, awesome help that he gave me, you know, to do this write-up, and tips, and, you know, we shared information back and forth, and that is what Sean is talking about is true. The camaraderie that there is there, you know, on the good side of a lot of the modders. There is obviously, just like everywhere else, your bad side, with a few companies that shall remain, you know, unnamed. That, I mean, names go from A to Z of the companies. You know, you can just figure anywhere in between there, and you know, they usually are bad mouthing each other or trying to steal somebody else's product. And but you know, this is a really good group of people. So
well, it's one of the reasons why, and I'm sure you guys will have noticed, we've had modders on 3-4 shows now, and it's one of the reasons why I think we love having modders on so much, man. Like they're so fun. They're all about divulging. They're all about helping out the community. And I mean, you, Joe, you and Josh, and you guys are all great to have on the show, man.
Well, I like being here, and if I just would have ignored that one email I got several months ago, maybe some headaches wouldn't be there, right, man?
You know, you could always hang up the phone anytime.
Hey, I got a couple of questions from the IRC that I'd like to ask Joe. So, Sai says, do you do your own 3D art, or do you have an artist?
No, I do my own. It's a program. What is it now? Oh no, Google SketchUp. We use SketchUp, and I draw my own stuff. Yeah, if somebody has an idea, they're welcome to draw something out and shoot me an email, and we'll take a look at it and see if I can't print it for them.
You can see he's got plenty of spools of shit back there to print off of.
Yeah, right.
Well, not only that, man. Other than just the NES stuff, cool. You do custom mods for people. You just did a custom one for Grim Green, right?
Well, no, he's got the other version of the soapbox, is what he called it. And I think that was actually, the name came from Ruby Roo and Jess and John from was it 5280 Vapor in Colorado. Great people. But hung out with them at Vape Bash, and I think they named it the Soapbox. And then Grim just put a little blurb about it on his Vape Bash review.
Mm-hmm. Joe, yeah, Joe's done some crazy boxes too. I remember one a few months back. He had this guy that was I believe was a crane operator, right? And he shows me, you know, he wanted basically a K-Fun, and this was that black 3D printed one that you did that was like,
yep,
no kidding, this big. And the guy didn't care. You know, the thing was about the size of the palm of his hand, and
yep,
it had a built-in K-Fun on the end. So basically it was not cylindrical, more, I guess, oval shape, and the K-Fun was on the end. And I mean, you know, perfect,
like a big boy
VTR.
Yeah,
kind of like a VTR, only made for a K-Fun.
And that was really cool. But
so to that point, Vapo.
That's something that. No, that's something that.
No. Sorry, Joe, your internet connection is crapping out.
Well, that's no good.
Wait for it.
I think you're back.
Oh.
Let me know when it's back.
There we go.
You're back.
Still?
Yeah,
no? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. No, it's all these emails everybody's sending me. It's killing my iPad. No, that's something that I'm really trying to do is get more time to spend on custom mods, because that's what's really fun to me. Unfortunately, it takes a very long time to do a custom one-off mod.
Sure.
And I hope people understand that too. Some of it's complicated.
So that's something that relates to the next question, which is from Vapo Tweak, is asking what's next for Lit Up Custom. So, I mean, is that 3D print route, or is that just straight custom one-offs, or what?
Well, we're definitely trying to branch out and expand. Well, yeah, that's the main focus is trying to get
Yeah.
caught up through that wait list. The box that I'm hopefully going to give away, I don't know what number we're at, but the soapbox. There's a 26650 version and a 18650 version, and those are both in kind of a beta stage right now. We're hoping to try to start making them about 10 or so a month and just posting them up for sale. At least for now. If things take off, we start getting rolling a little more smoothly with supplies. We will consider having the boxes made, whether it's injection molded or cut out of a solid hunk of metal. Since we know somebody that has a mill now.
You know, two people that have mills.
Yeah, that's double the production right there. But no, I'm not real sure where it's going to take us. We do have a Super Nintendo controller that's in a prototype. We posted a pic of it quite a while ago, but it kind of got pushed on the back burner with the DNA30 coming out and the space inside of it, trying to find a battery that would be an improvement.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
we're not real sure where we're going to go.
You triggered that one off the bumper, right? So it's kind of like...
That thing was cool, man, though, because the screen fit perfectly where the buttons were. I saw that tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's actually the screen cradle was printed by Shapeways. We drew that out on our software and had Shapeways print that. Because it's kind of funny. The DNA even has to sit in there kind of a crossing angle just to get the room in there.
Mm-hmm. So we got 76 from the looks of it. We got people screaming, man.
You guys disappoint me.
I know.
Killing me. I can't believe it.
You did not beat Bombies.
That's some bullshit right there.
You should have
never even tried his juice.
The big head mass. I would have done it.
You were supposed to defeat Bombies, nutsuck.
But on the upside, you get to keep your 26650 bucks.
Yep, he does.
How much more of the show we got?
He's gonna send it to Ahmed and I.
What's that, Joe?
Well, you guys want joint custody?
Yeah, joint custody. Across the country.
Is the show winding down here, or how much time are we at? I don't even know.
We go till we're done, man.
Why don't we go ahead and pick somebody random, though?
You sure? We didn't
let's go ahead and do it.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Shit just got real.
Here we go.
I'm the random
Here we
guy.
go.
I think you just made many people in chat really fucking happy because everybody's
Yeah.
screaming. Do it anyway,
Here
please.
we-
Please do it anyway. Please.
Just print a new one, as I said.
Just print it.
Yeah, I see that.
People are lame.
Don't punish us.
Vape tweaks that's just sent up to Fubaka. He-
Chewbacca, you want to run the random?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I'm gonna
It looks like we're still giving it away.
Oh, man.
Mhm.
It's going to be good.
delay that drum roll, dude.
Oh, you want this?
Long drum roll.
Don't mute him. You're supposed to be setting up the rando.
Yeah, the random.
Yeah, I can't concentrate with the fucking gongs and drums.
Oh, okay. Well, here, concentrate with this.
J. Lewis CC just got a hashtag boner.
I didn't do it.
Yo, J. Lewis is going to be in New York this week. Hopefully, I'll be around to be part of his welcome party because he's never been to the city.
So how are you going to do this? Are you going to announce it, or are you going to throw it in chat for us to go, I don't know?
Whoever.
That bitch right here.
It is. That's a bad bitch mod. Right there.
Okay, I have a random number.
Oh,
All right, now let's apply it to the alphabet.
there we go.
And the winner is Lousy Stoner.
Oh!
Lousy stuff.
Get it! All right.
Now let's
just got real.
seconds to see the chat reaction. You want to give us some clickies, Mast?
What?
You want to give us some countdown timers?
Some what?
There, that.
Oh, we're waiting for them? Okay.
I'm waiting for chat to catch up.
What are you using to record?
I don't know.
Because if he doesn't comment on it, it's gonna have to...
Lousy stoner, I hope to fucking God you're in chat.
I do too, man.
Shit just got real.
Yep, there it is.
There he is.
He says, quote, "Oh my fuck."
As soon as he saw that, he was like,
What you say?
Do you need a battery? Do you have a 26650 battery?
It's a bad bitch.
"You ain't giving him a battery?
Yeah,
Come on,
dude,
man.
buy his own damn
By
battery."
himself."
It isn't going to do him any good if he doesn't have a battery for it.
He could like
Send
just
him a-
hold it and watch it change colors and shit.
True, true.
Turn
It is
down
kind of fun.
That's a pleasure in and of itself, man.
Indeed.
Man,
So,
he's gonna have that. He's gonna have that crackle lackle factor.
Here,
Hey,
here,
Lousy
here.
Stoner, you need to send one of us a PM in this chat with your information.
The coolest thing is that thing changes colors as the crackle lackle factor goes up.
Well, here, as you're vaping it, too, right around the atomizer, it gets nice and yellow.
That's what I just said.
Crackle factor.
The crackle lackle factor.
Raspberry going in that bitch. Nice.
Oh, nice. So that's nice, man, because it's going to somebody who only has an MVP.
Right on.
So that's sweet.
Nice.
Very
We
cool.
just made his life.
Crucify
Now,
him.
but now he's now he's still a lousy stoner. He's just a lousy vape. Now he's no longer a lousy vapor.
I assume that he needs a battery, too, then. Well, this one's fully charged, so you're
Well,
set.
he needs to PM one of us
Yep.
here so that we can.
He's busy freaking out, I think, at the moment.
Yeah, I think we just made his dream come true. Yep, he has.
He has not PM'd me yet.
Nope, nothing.
But he's still here.
Have you ever had a dream
He's around.
that
He's there, so
That's
we're
what
good.
he's doing. He's going like this.
I trust that he is there, and he
So-
will PM one of us.
Somebody check to make sure he hasn't died.
No, he's
Well,
still
in
typing.
chat.
Okay, good.
He's being a lousy winner too. Jesus.
Seriously.
Shit just got real.
Easy.
Well, Joe, I appreciate, even though we couldn't raise up the right number of people, I appreciate you still giving it away. That's pretty badass, man.
That's all right. That's all right. We just need to get these out there. Get some feedback from it. That's the stipulation. You got to get a hold of me and let me know how it is for you.
That's a fair stipulation, I think, especially
Cosmo
because
says maybe he's too stoned.
our set.
No, that might be the case.
Does somebody just want to send him a PM? He doesn't know how.
How the fuck do I PM? Help me out.
What?
Yeah, I sent him one.
You got it? Okay, cool. There, you should have a PM.
I'm saying this is how you PM.
So look around for a PM. I'm glad we at least somewhat neared our hour and a half since I set the show for that time tonight.
Yeah, man, we did it. We did a good job, I think.
Yeah, dude. Joe, thank you very much for coming on.
My pleasure.
For the very generous giveaways, man.
Fucking dope, dude.
Really fucking cool.
Anytime,
thank you
guys.
very much.
Anytime. Let me know anytime you want me on. I'll be on.
Although you
Appreciate
were
it.
here the other night, man, and me and you were talking, and I distinctly recall you mentioning that you would be willing to take over TechTime.
Yeah. No, but here's the thing. There has to be a balance of brown people to white people, and Joe puts that 3 to 1. So,
That's true. It is.
I don't want to hear it.
I'm agreeing. There's too many white people.
All right, Joe, I just sent you a message on Facebook with the with Lousy Stoner's email address.
Okay. All right. I'll send you an email here in just a little bit, man, and we'll get the details all worked out.
Everybody who tuned in and watched, thank you. I appreciate it. We'll be
Yep.
back next week, but probably not with as good of a show.
Next time you get more friends to watch too.
Not at all.
I don't have any friends.
Oh wait. The hangout. It'll be a 15-person hangout. So, it's gonna be. I'll be hosting it, so we can get more people in there. So it'll appease some more people in the chat. So we can get
After
You're gonna have
party
to give
by
us minutes to
Matt
set it
Bob.
up first, and then we'll shoot
Yeah.
out the link.
Yeah, so it'll take a minute. So
Everybody hang
it's
tight.
it's sponsored by myself. So
Thank you guys for watching.
all right.
Later, guys.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.
See you, everybody.
Turn down for what?
Turn down for what?
Quit. You have to hit the freaking button.